am Crystal Clear 101. Welcome back to the channel. Now, I know I have been absent on releasing videos for the last little while. Even longer so with Transformers. But I really do want to try and get back into this. It's just that I've been having to deal with family issues, and I've been, not only that, been having to help Pack. We're getting ready to move into another apartment as of this video. But just to try and get back on track here, we have another toy review. Matter of fact, this is my first Transformer toy review in quite some time. But today I will be reviewing the Walmart exclusive Generation 1 reissue Optimus Prime. This figure was released in technically very, very late 2018 to early 2019. This particular figure is an exclusive to Walmart. And the suggested retail, as you see him, is $49.97. But before I go any further, let's take a look at that packaging, shall we? And now let's take a look at the packaging for Optimus Prime, shall we? First off, on the very top of the box, on top flap, classic Transformers G1 logo. Top left corner of the box converts from truck to robot and back. Bottom left says Autobot Commander Optimus Prime. On the right side, that classic G1 artwork of Optimus. Now along both sides of the box has a 1984 product shot. Now onto the reverse side of the packaging, on the very top we have the classic Transformers logo and that classic tagline of "It is a world of constant change, where things are not what they seem. It is the world of the Transformers, a world of heroic Autobots and evil Decepticons." And of course we have the same little tagline in a different language, that classic G1 artwork. On the bottom we have the profile for Optimus Prime, and to the right we have his little tech spec. Very nice. Only difference in this box is they replaced the robot points with the authentic Transformers logo. Now along the top of the box we have a picture showing the transformation for Optimus, very close, very faithful to the original boss. And here is the bottom of the packaging. And with that being shown, let's go ahead and get straight to the figure itself. And here we have our G1 Optimus Prime fresh out of the box. And also prior to his stickers being applied. Matter of fact, I'll actually get to the sticker sheet in just a moment. But as it stands, it's just a simple bare bones Optimus Prime without any stickers applied. I figure I'd at least show this real quick right before getting to the sticker sheet. Once I have his stickers applied, I'll actually go into better detail about the figure. But overall, I'm liking this. I'll go into more details in just a moment. But now let's take a look at the instruction booklet for this and the sticker sheet. Now, one really cool aspect about this I actually really do like is just how far they decided to take this figure. For instance, they decided to give it a very G1-ish type instruction booklet. Just from my experience with the original G1 booklets, this doesn't have quite the same feel. I mean, it feels like it would be a, semi-sturdy paper, but to me, it just almost has a cheap feel to it. But, I mean, I love the artwork, instruction booklet, Autobot Commander Optimus Prime. You look on the back, start. I mean, it's just a very simple little instruction booklet on how to actually transform the figure. I mean, not like this is the hardest transform to ever transform. But, as you can see, 7 steps, finish. Then we get to where you apply the stickers. Shows the sticker sheet. Speaking of the sticker sheet, because this is released without the trailer, they trimmed down the sticker sheet drastically to just what the figure needs. which is a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stickers, which ain't bad. I mean, this to me looks almost like the original sticker sheet, right down to the reflective metallic foil that's on it. Just overall, I just love the attention to detail on this. I mean, it's a very reflective silver. This, to me, honestly, feels very much like an original G1 sticker sheet. Now, with that done, let's go ahead and get Optimus Prime all stickered up. I figure I'll show a before and an after shot of the figure before stickers and with stickers. And here he is, all stickered up in his Generation 1 glory. Now, let's go ahead and get a 360 view on this guy. Now, as I stated with the packaging, that not only is this figure exclusive to Walmart, but his suggested retail is $49.97. Now, let me go ahead and ask the obvious question of who in the right mind is going to pay $49.97 for this figure right here? Me. And with that particular question answered, let's actually take a closer look at this figure. Now, aside from the absurd price tag of the figure, what are some pros I can honestly say about this figure? I can honestly go ahead and give the negative, the massive negative about this, which obviously is you're paying $50 retail price for a leader class for just this Optimus Prime figure with no trailer whatsoever. Now, with that being said, this is exactly like other G1 Optimus Primes that have been reissued, except it isn't. Let me explain. There have been, not including the G2, there have been at least 2 previous reissues of this in the US. First time was in 2002, which was a Toys R Us exclusive. And that one was made to mimic the original release from 1984. The other one was from 2008 as part of the Universe 2.0 line, as part of the 25th anniversary line. And that one came with a figure, trailer, all the regular accessories. It also came with an Autobot desk standee / belt buckle thing you can hang on your belt that played transformation sounds and had lines from Optimus Prime. It also came with a reissue of Marvel Transformers issue number 1. And it also came with a DVD with the first 3 episodes, More Than Meets the Eye. And that back in 2008 retailed for $79.99. Which frankly was actually kind of a bargain. But there is a couple of differences between this one and those previous 2. Here they are. Those 2 had short smokestacks. This actually has the original long smokestacks. The last time that this Optimus Prime had long smokestacks here in the US was back in 1984. Even the G2 reissue had the short, even the G2 Optimus Prime had the short stacks. The other thing, if you notice, this comes with 2 rifles. Here's the first one, and here's the other one. The 2 reissues that came before this one have had this particular rifle, where the peg, where the, I guess you say where the magazine well would be, is shortened, and this top portion has been stretched out. I mean, compared to this one on the bottom. This one on the bottom is the one that originally came with this figure back in 1984. Now, I'm not sure if the G2 had this. Matter of fact, I think the G2 actually had 2 handheld missile launchers. But the last time this was packaged with this Optimus was back in 1984. So just from this particular reissue, you're getting 2 things that have not been released here in the States since 1984. And what's even more interesting is that from my understanding, this particular version right here is basically a US release of the Takara version, the original Takara version. And also the ones from 1984 would have been the Takara version. But just the fact we are getting a reissue of the Takara one, I think it's just fun. Now, a couple of differences I can point out is that I don't recall these markings on the originals, where it says Tomai, Vietnam. We got a serial number here. And I can't remember this marking right here, but I don't remember the reissues even having these markings here. Now, as far as transformation is concerned, Optimus is very easily one of the simplest you can really transform. Simply put, flip the head, fold up the arms, helps to align this correctly, fold them back, there we go. I'll get this right eventually. There we go. And this pad right here will go into this little slot right along the side of his body. You'll give a nice firm click. And then, like that, fold up the feet. And voila. Original G1 Prime in his glory. Matter of fact, since I have him in his truck mode, there is something I do want to bring up to the collectors out there, which is simply this. If you do decide that you do want to get this particular Optimus Prime at your local Walmart, they do have them. I will go ahead and tell you, at least check the figure first. Make sure it's actually the G1 Optimus Prime, the figure itself, because I've been seeing this pop up a good bit lately, so I figure I just bring it everyone's attention. That looks like Optimus Prime in there. It looks like G1 Optimus. Technically it is. However, this is not the figure we've been showing. Here is the Optimus Prime we've been showing. This right here is the Jada Toys Optimus Prime. The one that's a homage to the original G1. It's pretty much the same size as the original G1 in truck mode. And it very easily fits into the clamshell for this. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and just pop it out. It takes, honestly, no effort to put it into that clamshell. Matter of fact, Let me go ahead and bring the two side by side. I mean, obviously you can spot the differences without any real issues. It's just that you put them side by side. This one is a tiny bit bigger lengthwise, not a whole lot. I mean, you can obviously spot the differences without any real issue. It's just, I have been seeing too many posts lately on social media, on various social media sites, about people finding the box for this figure, but it has this in here. I mean, this doesn't even transform. I mean, it has Optimus Prime's image, Autobot emblem. That's really it. So, I mean, if you do decide to go get this figure, I mean, at least pay attention. I mean, if you're going to be showing out $50, we may as well go ahead and say it, for this, well, not for this, but for this right here, you want to make sure you're getting what you're paid for. As I said about this fitting here, no problem. Here's the actual figure. Fits in there, no problem. Matter of fact, has plenty of room. This, on the other hand, fits in there, no problem. So if you do go out hunting for this figure, especially your local Walmart, make sure it's got this in there. And now with that little PSA, let's get back to the figure itself. And I'm sure some of you are wondering or want to ask me, is this figure really worth that $49.97 price tag? Well, I would go ahead and tell you, if you have the original G1, if you have one of the two previous reissues of this, unless, at that point, unless you collect packaging variation of the figure, then I would honestly say skip this one. Honestly, if you want to go the KO route, you can go the KO route. So you can get this figure with this trailer for about 20 to 30% less than what this figure's retailing for. If you don't have one, then I honestly could see recommending this figure. The originals, I've been commanding about what this figure is retailing for as of late. Even the trailer fetches a little bit more than just this figure does as of late. But it's a classic. Nothing really wrong with it. Just a good, simple, solid transformer. And again, unless you already have one and you like collecting packaging variations, if you already have the figure, then I don't see a need getting this one unless you like collecting either the packaging variant or you don't have this figure and you don't want to go the KO route. But still, not a bad figure. To me, the $49.97 price tag just kind of shocks me a good bit. It really does. But I really don't know what else I can really say about it. If you don't have the figure, then get them. Just especially if you collect the G1 figures. Because I really doubt you're going to pick up any of the reissues, genuine reissues for this price. And that really is all I really have to say about the Walmart Generation 1 reissue Optimus Prime. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.